Good afternoon. Thank you for coming to our third showing, plot number 28, Bewitching Bungalow. It's got decent access to the airport. If you like neighbors, plot number 24 will be your neighbor. It is your Fort Worth Realtor, Josh Hutson speaking. And today we are going to see a special home that we haven't seen before. It's an Alliance Home single warband residence built in 40 ADP. Stargaze ready. Ocean views, maybe sentient. Okay, that's a red flag. Extra whimsy, that's another red flag. Whenever an agent comes up with these colorful words, hazel, fizzlehorn, that's a problem. Okay? Welcome to your library away from home. This charming, unique, dazzling, elegant, and overall magnificent little hovel is the perfect place for any magic user. To study, to study trickery, thaumaturgy, whatever that is, enchantment, wizardry, alchemy, golly, sorcery, and anything in between. But please, no necromancy, as it is against HOA. I would hope so. I mean, why isn't the ones before that against HOA guidelines? No matter how much you want your pet back, they never come back. What are you getting with this house then? What is a home with no pets? Anywho, even before entering this delightful abode, you'll notice the lush trees of lavender and oceanic views beyond. There's also a very handy arcane enchanted, another red flag, at the top, which I have been assured is not a lightning risk. Who assured her? Are there lightningologists out there? When you enter, you'll be greeted by the most charming of kitchens you ever did see, complete with pantry, dining stalls, and a wood stove that can best be described as delightful and emits the constant scent of warm baking bread. Or is that the smell coming from one of the colorful, bubbling incantations in the corner? Either way, I feel great. My senses are heightened. I can now hear in color, and we're moving on. Okay. I can tell you this. A licensed agent is not supposed to be under the influence of any foreign, I don't know what you want to call it. You're on drugs. I mean, no wonder she has these huge eyes. All right, let's go and view the full tour experience. All right, let's go to full screen. Right off the bat, you would think, wow, this is a great residence. It looks great. Okay, that's a red flag. We've got a tree house on the house. Trying not to be super negative. All right, so you have these vines. I will give it this. I like in this one, you don't have trees hanging over the roof line, so you should be good with insurance. All right, and listen, there's a reason why inspectors, insurance companies, people say that you don't want, a roof overhanging. Excuse me. You don't want a tree hanging over the roof because over time, the tree sap that falls, let's say you got a tree hanging right here and you got tree sap falling, usually not only will you get discoloration on your roof, which is an eyesore and an HOA violation, I will note, it will degrade and reduce just the overall integrity of the granular count on the roof. That's a super fancy way of saying it, but basically it just degrades it, okay? You got a water fountain. You got a nice little fence. It's got water rights. That's a good start. You have a gazebo here. Looks like 3 freshly planted trees. from the owner. So, I mean, that's okay. That's cool. All right. All right, listen. So I like gazebos, but everybody thinks, okay, I like gazebos, so I'm going to put down a gazebo. But they don't do any of the landscaping that ties in a gazebo. They're missing the forest for the trees. So, like, imagine this house, but take away all the trees, all the landscaping, the rock path, everything, and you just have this bare house. Then it doesn't look good. So when you're doing things and you think, man, this looks so good, you have to view the full picture because that's what looks good. Everything just ties into each other. That's your goal, is to get everything to tie in. All right, it looks like this is like the Merchant Coast, I would imagine, because we have a lighthouse. Picture this. You buy this house, it's 3 a.m., you're asleep. You have a ship horn blowing. So just something to consider. I hope that rabbit's alive. Okay, we have a nice little bridge here that's pretty cool. I'll have to ask the owner if this is a drawbridge, because the last thing we want is we've got a boat coming through and it takes down your bridge and you are now isolated on a lonely island with no help. That's a red flag. Okay? Literally, it's like the owners have been taken by this house, and they hoist up this red flag and say, "Help!" Okay, nice little. That's a nice view. Okay, let's go inside. All right, it's pretty cool. Little huge dining table with only 4 chairs. Little suspect. Okay, we've got a nice little couch. We have a nice hearth, proper ventilation for all the smoke. Looks like we have a mudroom right here. So the seller wants us to take off our shoes, by the way. So all right, perfect. We've got a timeout corner. You can put one of your bad child in this corner and to stare out, into the window. It's brutal. You know what I just noticed? We are not the only ones here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 levitating objects. See, when I'm showing you a house, gosh, I need to get the agent on the phone. When I'm showing my clients a house, it's supposed to be a private showing. This is not private. I owe a fiduciary duty to my clients, and your confidentiality has been breached because we are not the only ones here. This is a problem. Okay, moving on. Sorry, that it works me up. We are here for a private showing. Okay, you've got basically the library and like this study altar. Again, we are not the only ones here. Clearly, another levitating object. Clearly, we are not the only ones. Okay? What is this? This is why you have levitating objects. I can tell you this right now, this is out of code. What is this, an extension cord? You got light. Is this Christmas? Christmas was 3 months ago, bud. Out of code. Another thing, out of code. Where does this door go? How are you going to get there? There's no bridge. There is multiple things wrong with this. This railing, out of code. Supposed to be 36 to 42 inches tall. You need additional railing in here. Picture this. A child gets up there. He will be falling with this. This is unacceptable. Golly. This guy was on our first showing. Clearly, he's the one levitating things. Okay? Moving on. Okay. We already go over here. Yeah. No. All right. We got a nice plushie. That's nice. It's like Barnes and Noble in here. Jeez. Nice chest. Natural light. Huge rug. See what I mean by tying in things? So, sconces. Imagine you just had a bare wall. Okay, you throw a sconce in there now. Now you are tying in the whole house, as I was mentioning before. This is why you choose me as your realtor. Because I know that I find this stuff. It's my job. Okay? We've got a furnace, and that is one thing that I believe sets this house apart, because I didn't see any, I didn't see central AC, I didn't see central heat on any of the other properties. Now, granted, this isn't central heat, but you have heat. Okay? These off the Merchant Coast right here, the winds are high. The wind chill is very high, especially in winter. Especially in winter. Okay? This one has a kitchen. You've got the sink looking out into off the coast. Beautiful. All right. See, what you don't want, and what you got to think about these things when you're looking at homes. Where is the sink in correlation to where I can look out? What you don't want is your sink over here and you're staring out the wall. Look at this little kitchen mat and a little doggy bowl. Okay. I guess this is like a cutting board. It's a massive cutting board. And like you would call this a breakfast nook right here. All right, pantry, potions, go figure. All right, spices, my Arrakis, my doom. Okay, recipe books, fresh fruit. It's good. Okay. Now we are going to. I get a little turned around in this house. Okay, yeah. So we came through here. We want to go here, right? Yes. No. Yes. Perfect. Bedroom. Look, a little toy for your little doggy or little kitty. This is like a queen size bed. Again, and like in the last one, if you're a 400-pound orc or whatever a Tauren weighs, 800-pound cow, this bed isn't working out for you. You got a little chest, another chest, a wardrobe. Here we go. See, again, like what's with all the studying? What's with the levitating objects? Why do we have these middle school dividers like somebody's cheating on a test? You know why? Because we are not the only ones here. That's why. This is embarrassing. Okay. Astronomy. You name it, dude. Astronomy, witchcraft, astrology. I'm just saying, I wouldn't recommend this house. It's haunted. Okay? We have a black hole. I don't know if this asset, if your investment, if you buy this house, is going to be safe. I really don't. Okay? I'll be in Fort Worth, Texas. You can stay here, but you're going to catch me far away from this. So this is like the treehouse, I guess. More study. Write it on scrolls. Okay. What you want to talk about crazy? When we started this showing, it was daylight outside. It is pitch black night right now. This witchcraft is unacceptable. Sorcery. You got to be kidding me. Okay. I think that's it. Guys, I would not recommend buying this house. I've seen it, what happens when people buy haunted homes. It's not pretty. Okay? I know you like it. Let's just go to our next showing and we can make a decision from there, or if you want to see another. I'm your realtor and we can see as many homes as you want. You're pre-approved. You're good to go. Let's write up an offer today. Just not on this one. I'll see you at the next showing, guys. Talk to you soon. Signing out.